What's going on, guys? All right, so another quick Marvel Legends review for you guys today. We got the Blue Marvel from the new Controller Wave, and I'll be the first to admit, I don't know really anything about this guy. He came along after I had kind of gotten out of comics. You know, I was into comics in the 80s and 90s, and still occasionally pick stuff up, trades and things like that. But this isn't a character I've ever really run across. I know it was created like in the late 2000s, and somehow his powers have something to do with some experiment with the negative zone. Like, that's all I know about this guy. So, you know, it wasn't really a figure I was clamoring for because I just don't know the character. But I got the whole wave on a really good deal. And so it was kind of hard to pass up, especially because I actually do like the Controller. He is a villain that I actually used to read in comics back in the 80s. And so I was like, you know what? Let's just get them all. I'm getting a good deal for them. Getting them well under retail. Might as well pick up the whole wave. So I did, and here we are. So we got the Blue Marvel here in all his glory. And you can see we got the Build-A-Figure piece, and we got him in there. And cool looking figure. I just don't know anything about this guy. Then, of course, we've got the whole wave there, which now at this point I have all of them except for Madam Hydra here. I don't have her. She wasn't available when I picked up the rest of them. So I guess I may have to pay full retail for her. I don't want to. I'm going to look for some deals, but I have all the rest of them at this point. Might as well get her as well. So anyway, here he is. Let's go ahead and crack him open and see what we got inside. All right, so we got him out of the package here. Let's take a look at accessories first. We do get a couple of open kind of gripping hands. Curious because he doesn't come with anything to grip, but you know, you have those. Then, of course, he does come with a couple of fist effects here with his, I guess, Blue Marvel punching power or whatever it is. I don't know. I do like these effects. These are cool. Same ones that they use for Human Torch and stuff like that. Obviously, just molded in a different translucent plastic, but still pretty cool. And then, of course, he comes with the, I believe this is the left leg for the Controller Build-A-Figure. All right, so got that out of the way. Let's take a look at the figure itself. And I gotta say, the figure actually looks pretty good. Look, it's a simple figure. There's not much going on here. He's basically just wearing a bodysuit, but he does have some nice sculpted boots, which I feel like I have seen these before, but I don't remember from what. But they're done well. No paint or anything like that on them, but still good sculpt there. Everything else is basically just a bodysuit. He does have his belt there. And then, of course, he's got his vest, which is done very nice. I do like the vest. Looks good, fits well. At first I thought this was going to be on the Vulcan body, but it is not. So this is not the Vulcan body. I'm sure this is reused from something, but I don't know what. Either way, it looks good. It works well. I think the figure looks solid. Not a lot of sculpt going on there, but what is there is done well. So yeah, I think this is pretty good. The standout here, of course, I think is the face. The face sculpt looks great. They did a really good job on that. Hair looks great. Just everything. Just the nose, the mouth, the eyes, the eyebrows, the ears, everything looks really good on this figure. So I do like that. Again, don't really know if this is what he's supposed to look like in the comics, but the figure itself is done well. So paint itself looks pretty good. Not a lot of paint on here, but you know, where you do have the white lines and things, they are done well. Nice and crisp there. Actually, is that? Yeah, that is paint. That is paint. Okay, for a second there I thought those might be decals there, like on that Iron Man, but nope, that is paint. So what little paint is on this guy is done well. It's nice and crisp. So, I mean, all in all, sculpt is good. Not great, because there's not a lot to it, but sculpt is good. Paint is good. And yeah, I dig it. As far as articulation goes, look, basic Marvel Legend here. You don't need me to go through the articulation, basic stuff as far as, you know, double jointed knees and elbows and bicep swivels and thigh cuts and hips and ab crunch and all that good stuff. No reason to go over articulation. It's more than articulated enough for your standard Marvel Legend figure here. This isn't a Spider-Man character, so you're not going to be getting him to do crazy poses, but more than enough for a character like this. So, all in all, pretty good. I dig it. And now we're going to go ahead and throw him up with some other figures and see how this guy stacks up. All right, so here we have him with some other figures from the rest of the wave. So, of course, we've got US Agent / the Captain. We got Thor, Speedball, Quake / Maria Hill, Iron Man with Blue Marvel there in the middle. And, of course, at the back, I just decided to throw in my Marvel Select Thing, a fantastic figure if you're looking for a good thing figure. He's awesome. And I think Blue Marvel works great here. He kind of, you know, looks like he might be the leader to a new Avengers team that we've got here. And I dig it. I really like it. I mean, I think he's a really good figure. I know almost nothing about the character itself, but the figure is great, and I like the way it stacks up with these guys. Alright guys, let's talk about price here real quick. And this guy comes in at 25 bucks, which of course is the new kind of entry-level price for Marvel Legends right now. So the question you have to ask yourself is it worth it? And assuming that you are still going to collect Marvel Legends with the price hike, and assuming you're okay with that, you know, kind of entry-level price being $25 and you just want a good solid figure for that entry-level price, then I would say absolutely yes, this is worth it. Look, it is a good figure. There's not a lot of sculpt here, not a lot of paint here, but what is there is done well, and the articulation is perfectly acceptable for what you would expect from a Marvel Legends. On top of that, it's a new character and it's well done. So there's really not a lot to complain about here. If you've accepted the price hikes for Marvel Legend, this is a good entry into the Marvel Legend line. You're getting a character which, I don't know, maybe you're already a fan of. If you are, that's double bonus points, right? I mean, for me, I just kind of got it because I got the rest of them so cheap, and I wanted to go ahead and finish my controller Build-A-Figure. But now here I am pleasantly surprised by the figure itself, even though I have no connection to the character the figure's based on. So, you know, if you do, that's great, and all the more reason to go out and pick something like this up. So yeah, I think it is worth it. Look, I'm glad I have it. I didn't even know if I was going to like this figure. In fact, I kind of probably figured I wouldn't, and turns out I actually really do like this figure, again, without knowing anything about the character. So I'm glad I have it. It's going to look great on the shelf. Maybe I'll put together a little alternate Avengers team on the shelf there with him as kind of the leader. I don't know. We'll see. We'll figure it out. Either way, yeah, he's definitely one worth checking out. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching, and we will talk to you later.